Hey, everybody, welcome back. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. I'm your host of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. My name is David Bradley, training facilitator and coach with Grant Cardone. I am bringing you weekly sales solutions, sales tips, strategies, and attitude adjustments from the 10X world of Grant Cardone. Look, 80% of what we do here, 100% free. So the purpose of the podcast is to make sure that the free stuff we're putting down, you're picking up, and you're plugging it into your sales, your business, and your life, and you're getting some results from it. So thank you in advance for hitting that subscribe button, and if you're getting some value from it, make sure you're sharing it out into the cyberspace so that other folks can benefit from it too. Now, today's episode, very interesting episode, 7 hard questions you're not asking your customers. This comes from a blog we have up on Cardone University. I'm going to go over these 7 questions with you. But first, you know what's coming. A word from our sponsor. Today's episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast is brought to you by Grant Cardone and Cardone University's coaching program. Look, every sports team needs a coach. Sales teams are no different. Both types of teams need guidance, strategy, and instruction on how to work together in pursuit of a greater goal. All that comes from coaching, which you as a business owner, you don't have time for. The Cardone coaching program has literally helped thousands of business owners take the individual members of their sales team and then bring them together to form a cohesive unit capable of increasing their numbers by as much as 60% in less than 90 days. And if that sounds like the kind of performance you'd like to see in your business, we have a free 15-minute consultation where we will show you exactly how to make that happen. Visit cardonesolutions.com/coaching and get yourself on the calendar. Our sales team in Grant's office is one of the most successful and profitable teams in the world for many reasons, but most of all, it's because they are there to motivate, push, and support each other. Every salesperson knows they can count on the person next to them to come in and assist and help close a deal. No heads up whatsoever. Highly trained professionals. They function seamlessly because they receive the necessary coaching. And that same coaching can be yours too, for your team, okay? It's simple. You can have a team, but with no coach, you'll never have teamwork, okay? One complimentary call could literally change everything for you. Head on over to cardonesolutions.com/coaching. That's cardonesolutions.com/coaching, cardonesolutions.com/coaching. See you there. And speaking of coaching, okay, let us talk about the 7 hard questions that you are not asking your customers. Okay, ready? Okay, check it out. So part of an effective, and successful selling process is it's being inquisitive. I like that word. Hard question about hard questions. Are you and your team asking the hard questions? Because it is the hard questions that close deals. When Grant started his first business, when he was 29, he was anticipating. He's like, it should take about 3 months to get this thing going, rebuild the income I just left, okay? Wound up taking him about 3 years. And by the time Grant was 3 months in, he'd nearly quit. He's like, that's it, I'm out. And it wasn't because of the money. It was because of the amount of resistance and disappointment that he was experiencing. It left him feeling lost. And it's interesting, if you're watching Undercover Billionaire, you get to see him go through that again. He hasn't gone through it since he was 29. Pretty cool. So looking back now, Grant realized he just wasn't asking the right questions. He says, and I quote, "I wasn't taking enough risks and I wasn't closing as many sales as I wanted because I didn't have the right answers, because I wasn't asking hard questions." But now he does. And we're going to share just a few of these with you, okay? Extreme success, by definition, lies beyond the realm of normal action. Does that make sense? You have to get uncomfortable. And you got to go out there and ask some hard questions in order to hit the vein, as Grant likes to call it, okay? You got to get the customer to have a realization, right? They got to make a decision right now. And so when it comes to selling, there's a proven process. Grant's created it. It's going to generate results for you. You can find it in Cardone University, okay? And along with that solid strategy, the right plan, and the right questions, your business and your sales team can significantly increase. And I'm talking like at 10x levels now. So here are 7 hard questions that your team needs to be asking your customers. Question number 1. Why haven't you done this already? Question number 2. Have you ever done something like this before? Question number 3. What's your real concern? Question number 4. So if I resolve all of your concerns here, would you make a decision to buy? Question number 5. If I handle everything, are you in a position to make the decision? Question number 6. Other than yourself, who else would you like to have involved in this? Question number 7. How can you justify investing this much money? Bonus question. A little bonus for you. When was the last time you spent X amount of dollars? Man, your price is too high. Man, when was the last time you spent this kind of money? It's a great question. Okay, so here's your action idea. I'd like you to take all 7 of these questions, and I'd like you to look at where in your sales process you can use these questions. And then rewrite it, obviously, so it fits your product, it fits your service, fits your style. And some of these questions could become trial closes. Others could become discovery or fact-finding questions. Some of these are closing questions. Some of these would work great in follow-up. How you will use them will, however, be secondary to whether or not you actually use them. Okay, so here's an example of where to deploy a hard question. I'll just give you an example. Okay, I've done this before. So would it be completely ridiculous if you asked a prospect, why haven't you done this already at the beginning? Yeah, why not? Okay, so a customer comes in. They're like, hey, I'm looking for the widget XP9. And you're like, hey, absolutely, man. We got a great selection of XP9s. Follow me. I'll show you. Okay. And then as you're walking over to the XP9s, you're like, hey, by the way, I'm just curious. How come you don't have one already? Huh. Yeah, right. Your wheels turning? Okay. So in Cardone University, we've got access for you where you can get some new tactics like this, proven tools like this. This will help you and your team generate leads, help you get past the gatekeeper, help you master objections, help you take control of the conversation, which puts you in a position to close more deals. So we have a whole training program just on sales process. It's going to show you how to create a process that delivers like an amazing client experience. And then you start closing more deals at higher profits. Because why? Because you're not afraid anymore of asking the hard questions. So what we do right now, or the way our training rolls out, is that it's a blended learning approach. So we've got coaching now. So you're going to get consultation with us. You guys get homework. You guys get videos to watch, assignments to do based on the videos. And then we circle back once a week and we role play, we practice and we drill and we rehearse and we continually refine and get better at asking the hard questions so that the hard questions are easy to you, hard for them. Okay. So look, asking questions always looks good. Asking the right questions looks even better. And asking the hard questions separates you from everybody else, gives you a tremendous amount of altitude, and gets you deals. Okay? So if you would like a little bit more information about this coaching program that I mentioned earlier, pop over to cardonesolutions.com/coaching. You could actually shoot me an email, david@grantcardone.com, or just call 310-777-0352. You'll probably have to leave a voicemail because more often than not, I'm on a coaching call. Okay? So thank you so much for listening. This has been another exciting episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. I'm your host of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. Hey, here's the thought. After you've done this little exercise that I just gave you, you go in there and you take these 7 hard questions, you rewrite them in your language, you figure out where you're going to plug them into the sales process. Tweet one of your new hard questions to me. I'm over on the Twitter at David R. Bradley. Tweet it out to me, and I'll get you some free access to Cardone University. How'd that be? Okay. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure if it's helped you, share it out with somebody, and be great, because nothing else pays. See you soon.